Good morning everyone, I am in the beautiful Borrowdale Valley. It is very misty and atmospheric, as you can see. We are set this morning to do a walk deeper into the valley, starting from Rosthwaite. We're going to be getting the bus there. It's just a short drive and hopefully you'll be able to see some of the walk that we go on to do. So we are currently here for a couple of days just exploring this area. I really like it because it's very accessible from the bus route, but it's not as busy and bustling as Keswick, which is sometimes quite nice if you want a little quieter retreat. The views here are phenomenal and very dramatic, and something that I know that Alfred Wainwright himself really enjoyed, particularly with Castle Crag.
So where are we going today?
Hi everyone, so we are now heading up Great Crag. We started off this morning in Grange and got the bus to Rosthwaite, and now we've just been walking along the back towards Stonethwaite, and now we're going to head up. It's a little bit boggy but very dramatic and atmospheric, as you can see. So the walk starts at Hazelbank Hotel in Rosthwaite, and you then walk along the Combrian Way following the Stonethwaite Beck. It's a really nice, simple walk with paved in some areas and slightly boggy in others. The walk starts to slowly descend to Great Crag once you leave the Stonethwaite Beck behind. So we continued walking up White Crag, and then we headed up towards Great Crag. We stopped for some lunch at Dock Tarn, and it was at this moment that the heavens truly opened and it was suddenly very, very wet. So we continued on and didn't quite get up to the summit of Great Crag, because it was super rainy and the path was not very distinguished and it looked quite boggy. So we headed back down and we're now heading towards Watendlath, and hopefully for a spot of tea at the cafe and taking in some of the lovely views of Dalehead, Maidenmore High Spy, and also down into the Watendlath water. So I thought I would just quickly wrap up this video and summarise how it was and what the experience was like. As you can see, it rained a lot towards the end of the day. The cafe was in fact closed, which was a little bit disappointing. I think maybe because the sort of peak season had passed, but we had brought some flask of tea and a little sachet of milk, so we did have our own tea in the pouring rain, but it's quite nice actually because we were under a tree, so it did feel like we had the place to ourselves really. So then we walked back towards Rosthwaite, which was really nice actually as the weather cleared and you had some fantastic views looking out towards sort of Great End and Great Gable and Base Brown, and it was sort of made the rain worthwhile in a way to have those views as we were sort of slowly coming down. I have done part of that walk in reverse, so coming up that way, but I really felt walking back towards Rosthwaite was really worth doing because the views were so much better than sort of hiking up and turning around. We then got the cafe back to Grange where there was an open cafe, so I did have a very nice decaf coffee. So the walk itself, I got inspired by Athena Meller's Ramble Guide. The walk itself is called Borrowdale from Watendlath. I actually did the walk in a slightly different order. I think she starts at Watendlath because there is a car park there, whereas we started at Rosthwaite, which is 0.7 of her walk. I don't know if you can see there's a little map rather than point 1, but I think that is sort of dependent on where you're coming from and what car parking there is available. There is also car parking at Rosthwaite, which is really handy as well, although there isn't that much. So again, with any of these things in the summer months, definitely go as sort of early as you can, but in towards autumn it was definitely a lot better. The walk itself was 10 kilometers and we did it in about 5 hours, including stopping time, as we did stop for, you know, lunch and a sausage roll. I do really like this area of the Lake District. I think it's quite good in winter when perhaps you don't necessarily want to go up so high and you just want to be in the Lake District and be surrounded by some fantastic views without reaching those summits. It was quite boggy, so perhaps it's more of a cold winter autumn than a wet one, but nevertheless it was still very enjoyable. So I have another video coming up from the same trip about a route that we took up Great Gable, but also thought it would be nice to do a what's in my autumn solo hiking bag and the sort of kit that I like to take as someone solo hiking in the UK in sort of varying conditions of quite heavy rain to more cold. So thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in another video.